Three components you look at during your home build: time, budget, and quality of work. And these are achieved through a proper plan and tracking and then reporting on the activities that have happened or are happening during construction. Three components: time, budget, and quality. You want to start with time. You want to know when you want to start construction. You want to know when you're going to finish. You want to know what item or activities is going to happen when. And you normally do that with what we would call works program. A works program is basically a schedule of activities. You structured in such a way, we're starting with foundation from this day, it ends on that day. It starts on this day, ends on that day. Floor slab, brickwork, roof, and so on and so forth. But then also, you want to look at, in the tracking of time, you want to look at how do you manage your contractor, and then how do you manage your purchase and delivery of material. When you are, first of all, it's always advisable that you hire a qualified contractor. And then you be dealing with the main contractor who eventually deals with his own laborers. And then you also look at how do you execute a particular activity. Let's say you're looking at foundations. Do you hire 2 people to do foundation, which is going to take them 30 days? Versus do you hire 6 laborers who are going to execute the same work but in 12 days, for example? And then you want to weigh those activities. And usually, when you increase labor force, it tends to be cheaper in the long run. Because here you are, you hire 2 guys and it takes them 30 days to do the work. And usually towards the end of those days, day 25, day 26, they are quite extremely tired, and sometimes they may even begin to compromise quality of work. And versus bringing in a whole bunch of guys, execute the work once and have it finished. Also, when you plan for the materials, you know, if we're doing activity number 3, by such and such a time, material will have been on site. By the time we finish activity number 2, we're starting activity number 3, the materials must be on site, so that there is that consistency of workflow. You don't want to be, number one, dealing with a lot of laborers. You hire individual laborers, you're dealing with a laborer who does concrete mixing. You're dealing with another laborer who does brickwork. You're dealing with another laborer who's doing plumbing and so on. Such that you arrive on site, the one guy is telling you, hey boss, go and buy me nails. You quickly go rush, buy nails, come back. Somebody else pops up and say, I need 3 bags of cement. You go and buy cement, you come back, somebody pops up and says, I need plumbing material. So you want to, at the end of the day, you find that you lose control. Instead of you being in control, you've lost control. You have become a messenger, so to speak. Now go buy me this. Unfortunately, if you don't get the material on time, you find the laborer is sitting and his ticket is clocking. At the end of the day, he wants his money, and it becomes very difficult to argue. So you didn't provide me with the material, how did you expect me to work? So you want to be in control with some of those things. And not only that, you also want to be in control with the budget in relation to the program. You want to pay the contractor accordingly. If you've done activity number 1, which for example is foundation, you know that the foundation will not go any more than 10%. So 9%, you pay them 9%. Brickwork to roof level, usually it's about 22%. Roof and plaster, usually to go around about 26%. So you want to pay them accordingly. You don't want to overpay them, and should something go wrong, you begin to be the person who start chasing after them. And rather, this may sound a bit selfish, but rather you want them to let them chase after you. But at the end of the day, pay them accordingly, so that should the work stops, you still remain within budget. You haven't overpaid, and it doesn't become a problem for you. And then the third component is quality of work. Many people tend to have this notion, this myth, to say professionals are very expensive. Actually, they're not very expensive, but if done, executed right, they actually save you a lot of money. For starters, you really need help. You can't have a very high quality product without really getting help. You need guys, professionals who have been doing this thing in year out, and probably have developed an eye to spot defects, an eye to spot a lot of mistakes before they even go too far. So they come in, they help you to inspect, they help you to supervise the works, and they pick up those things, those problems early, so that it becomes easy to fix them up. So yeah, those are the issues. But then also you don't want to do things very hastily and compromise quality of work. Also, you don't want to slag and drag for too long. At the end of the day, it begins to then eat into your budget. So you have to want to keep a balance of the three: time, budget, and quality. They all go together. You can't have one and miss and then not have the other. So those are the three components you want to really balance during construction.